We are ready to start getting our banding and waterproofing completed today. Yesterday we got our bench built. We got all the Kerdi board installed. We have as close to a hybrid shower as I'm going to do, which is we're going to Kerdi paper over this. This is 5/8 drywall to match up with the 5/8 rock on this side. I don't keep 5/8 Kerdi board in stock. They do make it, so we'll just laminate Kerdi paper over the drywall side, Kerdi band everything else, and get started with our tile installation today. So anyway, just thought I'd post a quick update and show you the progress that was made yesterday, and we'll probably do another one first thing tomorrow. Have a good one. When we waterproof our Schluter showers, Schluter requires a 2-inch overlap on all their banding. So what we have here, you can see we're spreading with a Kerdi trowel the thin set mortar. We're on a joint, so we're going to do this inside corner here, and it's spread all the way up and down from our bench. And we'll take the roll of Kerdi band. We're going to center it on the corner here, and this is kind of a weird angle. It's actually a little steeper than a 45. It's a lot like doing drywall mud, and so that'll be the similarity that we see here. So once we get the thin set mortar spread, then we'll bed the tape in. And we'll just have to do this, repeat it for every penetration and seam. So all the fastener heads, all the joints, you see that little joint right there where we piece this corner, everywhere there's a joint, we'll get some Kerdi band over it to waterproof this shower. We're using the Schluter set unmodified thin set mortar, but the Schluter set still qualifies for Schluter's lifetime manufacturer warranty. So once this shower is complete, we'll register it with Schluter Systems, and the customer will have a lifetime manufacturer warranty. As part of the bedding process, especially on our first piece, once we get it bedded in, we always want to pull a corner up, and you can see we're getting really good coverage on the back of our tape, so we know that this joint is going to be fully waterproof. We don't necessarily check every seam that we do, but we like to check the first one, and then we might check another one as we go along, just to verify that we're still getting good coverage everywhere. For a shower location, we do want to see 100% coverage, or as close to that as we can get. Anyway, we'll keep on spreading mortar here, and we'll kind of update in a few minutes as we get going. This whole process takes less than 2 hours, so it's really fast. And then the other advantage that we have is that once we're done bedding and waterproofing everything, we'll go right on to tiling. We don't have to wait for this to cure before we can go on tiling. We do have to wait 24 hours to do a flood test on the shower pan. And while I'm talking about the shower pan briefly, you can see that we don't have our shower pan installed. We don't do the shower pan at this stage. The waterproofing is a 2-inch overlap, so we like to install our walls first, and once the walls are done, then we'll install the pan and band it. We'll tile the shower floor, and then we'll drop the wall tile onto our shower floor. And then also we'll do a video over here. This is 5/8 drywall that we had to install, so this 5/8 drywall will get Kerdi paper instead of Kerdi band. I mentioned that already earlier. So there it is. We'll update a little bit later.
Try again.
On these outside corners, they come with some memory to them, and so usually to get the memory out, we just take and flip it upside down and rub it together a little bit, and that creates a little bit of friction to get that memory gone, and then it'll lay down a little flatter and just make it a lot easier when we spread the mortar and bed it, that we don't get a little bubble sticking out. And so that's the purpose of doing that. It takes just a couple of seconds, as you saw. It's not very difficult to do. And it makes a big difference. It'll really help when we go to bedding the corner in place, just to keep our contact with the wall and the bench better. You can also notice again that we're pulling all of our mud in one direction so we don't have swirls. It helps to not trap air, and it helps to make it easier to spread and give us better contact with our Purdy band, with, in this case, the corner. And there you see that the corner is laid down nice and flat and touching the wall, solid everywhere. There's no bubble or anything like that sticking up. So anyway, we'll be back again to update as we continue the process here. Our shower has been waterproofed and is now ready for tile installation to begin. And so, as I mentioned before, this wall was our 5/8 drywall wall, and you can see that it's covered with Schluter Kerdi paper. We still do not have our shower pan in. What we do is we're still going to put our ledger board up, skip a few rows, and start tiling from there. If we come over to the bench, you can see it's fully waterproofed. We don't have this angle wall done yet. It gets a recessed niche installed. So instead of Kerdi banding everything and then figuring out where the niche goes and then pulling all that apart, we waterproofed all that we could around it. And then once our layout is started, we will locate our niche, and then we'll cut it out, and then we'll band the rest of it together once that's all done. And so I do want to make sure to mention that the bench does have slope to drain. All horizontal surfaces in a shower should have slope to drain, so there won't be any standing water any place. And anyway, this whole thing took us a little over 2 hours from where we started at this morning to where we are now. So it doesn't take that much time, especially with 2 people doing it. One person banded all of it, and then the other person did all the cutting and prepping and then handing strips. And so certainly appreciate if you would subscribe to our channel. Click the bell icon so you can stay updated with our latest how-to videos, finished videos, and everything else that we keep posted. Feel free to leave a comment below. Tell us what you think, what we can do to improve. If there's a video you would like to see, we'd be happy to make that for you as well. Check us out online at ejflooring.com. And if you're in the central Missouri area and you're looking for tile installer, feel free to give us a call at 573-289-1045. Thanks for watching.